brought horses out to one of your events. Me and
that's right.
my boss man in them. So, I just want to say cheers to both of y'all. Y'all doing a great job in the community. Y'all putting your passion and your best foot forward. And as me being a small business owner, I look up to y'all, and I just want to tell y'all, keep pushing, keep that passion going.
Thank you.
But with every business, there are ups and downs.
Yes.
We all know that.
Yes.
It's not always good. It's a lot bad. It's a lot of chasing checks, trying to get paid.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
You're absolutely right. But what I find, one obstacle is what a lot of people don't think about unless you live in a small town is living in a small town.
Exactly.
That's an obstacle I do see as a small business owner. Sometimes your reach is not as far as you can go. So, Shanna, what are some obstacles you think you encounter? Just being a business owner, and also just, living in an area that's maybe under 250,000 people.
Yeah. Well, one of the things just running an events company and a higher-end events company, and you have my local clientele, there's not a whole lot of money that's filtering through. So that in itself has been a challenge. Just if you're in here doing business and you have people who are working and their job is not commensurating with whatever other city standards are, it's very, very hard for a business owner because you set your prices at a certain amount and, it's very tough, trying to, make a profit in your business because that's why we're in business, to make profit. And sometimes you have to remember that passion does not trump profit. And I totally understand where Jason comes from and totally respect. But sometimes we're not in a position to be able to give back because we're out here, pounding the pavement. And, so I would love to be able to create jobs. And Jason has worked with me before, and I have worked with him. He's actually trained me on working with the celebrity clientele because he has worked with celebrities and the writers. I've never forgotten that. So, it's been years and years.
But she's part of the show now, so she's trying to be modest. But she's part of us too as well with the Sports MDs and and all these other shows. We got 7 other shows lined up this whole year.
All right, so we're bringing entertainment.
Yeah, we're bringing in entertainment and we're working in together. But one of the ultimate goals that I have is to be able to create opportunities and jobs for other people here in Georgetown because not everyone is moving away. We don't all need to move away. We need to start working our businesses, gaining a profit, and hiring. One of the things that Michelle Obama said whenever Obama got into office, Michelle Obama for president, she said, whenever you cross over that mountain, look back and grab somebody else. So it's up to us as entrepreneurs to train other people, get them paid, and Jason will tell you because he's worked with me before. I don't have paid people, because I'm working with higher level clients, so I'm able to give them a handsome salary. But the only thing is, it's a one-shotter.
I
see. So that's very, very important is to get people paid.
Right. And what do you think?
Jason, to you, what are some of the hurdles that you came across since running your business as you came back to Georgetown from Atlanta?
Well, the income here, as far as people saying that the town is the poorest city in South Carolina, and I think Channel 5 News or Channel 2 News interviewed me last year. I came to my shop and wanted to know why we're in this situation, and I told them, we need a lot more opportunities here. And I think it starts with each person, like myself and like Shanna. Everybody stays here. Can you imagine how many people that is from Georgetown that I met that was in Atlanta, Georgia, and other places that had high positions? And I'm like, where are you from? Georgetown. I was like, really? I think I met, is it Andy Watkins and his sister Tracy, and I think she had a husband, or I don't know if they're still married or not, but he was in charge of Emory Hospital University police chief. And I'm like, really? Also, if everybody from Georgetown came back with all these ideas, do you know how serious Georgetown could be right now?
Right.
But that's what on the bridge. Where we can start with what we got today and we work with it. I'm willing to work with anybody who's willing to work with me. I'm down for whatever we can do to make things right. But to answer your question with the obstacles that I have to overcome, being I'm right there next to the projects, I got a lot of people that come in there that can't pay the haircut bill. And for one instance, I had a kid came in there last year, and he was running around with no shoes on and no socks on. And I said, yo, man, where's your socks and shoes at? He said, I got socks and shoes. And I remember seeing some of my barbers, grown men, they was teasing this boy, 30 and 40 years old, teasing the guy. And I was like, let me come back and talk to you for a second, young man. So the young man came and talked to me, and I said, where's your shoes and socks at? He said, I don't have no shoes and socks. I said, really? I said, well, what's going on? He said his parents just moving from Conway to Georgetown, and she take off his good shoes. And, he'd make her take off his shoes when he come home from school, so he wants to play. So what I did was, I gave $50 to a guy named Rev, who's at the Lighthouse Jesus Christ, I think Dedrick. He plays football at the rec league, pastor. And he took him and gave him $50, and he went to a shoe show. And the boy came back with Shaq's shoes. I'm like, boy, what are you doing with Shaq's shoes? I said, I didn't know Shaq was still in style. But that's what he wanted. And I started giving him free cuts as much as I can. So I realized that I really want to charge what I want to charge. Because when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, I started getting great clientele after a while. And I was charging $25. That's just for the haircut, and $10 for the beard. So the haircut, beard, and the black spray line, everything, I was charging up to $45, $50 a cut. When I came back down here, I had to, my same skills, I had to cut it back down almost in half, way past half, to try to fit in with the people in Georgetown and the income level. So I had to realize that you have to grow the community, and, I'm just lucky to have what I have, because just when I think that I may not be doing bad, there's other people doing worse than I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a situation with the income level. If I get in the business and I'm doing work in the West End, I won't charge them as much as I would charge somebody from Paula's Island in Maryland, let's say this. So I kind of understand that, and it's unfortunately, but we got to keep staying in business, and not only do that helps that child and bring his, help him out and come and maybe he one day will take that and do it for someone else.
Exactly.
You bring someone over.
Right. You gotta teach our people to fish.
And see, I realize that so many people are starving over there. That's why for the last year now, I got with Low Country Veteran, and Low Country Veteran has 4 deep refrigerators in my shop. And they gave me permission to actually go to different places and get the food and bring it back to the people in the community. So every first of the month, I give away food. So this first Monday of the month coming up, I'll be giving away food. I get enough food to feed at least 30 families every first Monday of the month. Because of that area, because I realize, where I'm at. It's tough for a lot of people. You'd be surprised how many people is struggling. I had people that come to me right here, I think during the ice storm. And what I did was I'm on the fire department too. I don't know if you guys know that or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a volunteer at the fire department. I volunteer with Department of Juvenile Justice. I volunteer with domestic violence, and I volunteer at the Dog Pound Humane Society.
How do you find all the time to do this?
I volunteer at the hospital too. I just do 1 hour out of my time per week to try to go to these places and just do what I need to do. Because I remember that that's just when you think you're struggling, somebody else is struggling. Exactly. So that's part of my commitment that I'm trying to do as well. So there's a lot of things going. So my building, my community center, is actually designated for the county of Georgetown. So when there is actually a hurricane that comes in here, if Georgetown County needs it, they have my permission to break my locks on my door, and they can put as many people as they can put into my building to house them as long as they need. I told them there's no charge. They don't have to pay me nothing. I said, now the light bill come in, pay that bill. But they have permission. The Georgetown County Fire Department have permission to use my building for a safety place, for a place for people to go stay as well. So that community center I did is for the whole community as a whole, not just weddings and receptions and concerts, everything to the world, but actually when there's an emergency situation, it's there for a shelter for the people here in Georgetown and community.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Wow. I think our listeners got a good dose of what it takes to run a business here in Georgetown or surrounding counties as well. And I definitely want to thank you, Shanna Scott Events. If anyone wants to, get in touch with you or maybe book you, how do they find you?
If anyone wants to book me for an event, corporate or social, my telephone number is 843-455-0604. We take your vision to reality, O to OMG. So,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. And if anyone wants to, they don't know where you are. I'm sure the listeners do know where you are, but how can they find you? Where is the community center?
It's located at 622 Washington Street, Georgetown, South Carolina. I don't like to call it the old fairground because I'm still bringing stuff there, so people still say the old fairground, but I just call it the fairground, call it the community center, whatever. But we're here to try to make this Georgetown a better place, and I think we can make it, and I'm so excited to be here. And like I said on the news, and when Channel 5 News interviewed me, I think they put the last part on it. It says, I'm here to stay, and I'm a fighter.
Right.
Exactly.
All right. Once again, you guys, thank you for coming and being a guest on our show.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And thank you to everyone out there for investing in our businesses.
Absolutely.
It definitely it's a great thing.
But let me say this very quick.
Sure.
I've seen, believe it or not, I had a $5 bill that was unique. This is like 2.5 years ago. The $5 bill was so unique. I was like, wow, look at this $5 bill. Somebody marked it and everything. And I ended up giving it back for change. 2 hours later, I went to an ice cream store in Myrtle Beach and saw that same $5 bill. I could not believe it. So my problem is, it's like, we need to be able to, the money need to be able to stay in Georgetown and go from hand to hand to hand to hand. We got to start looking into more of what can we do to keep this money here and hold a lot of these businesses accountable. We got a lot of businesses in Georgetown that's making $1 million plus a year. Yeah. That's $2,700 and $2,700 a day, I think, times 365 days a year. That's right there at $1 million. And some of these businesses you probably don't give not one dime back. And we have to start holding them accountable. Like, hey, we spend our money here. Y'all need to put this money back into our community.
Right.
Don't take our money and go all the way to Paul's Island and go all over the beach. If you're saying you love Georgetown and Georgetown supporting you, you need to support us.
That's right. Bye, George. Get it?
And that's the good thing about how the guy that mentoring me in my business, and just about every project we do, we try to use all Georgetown supplies, from Georgetown Mill Supply to Dawson Lumber, to Thomas Supply, Georgetown Hardware, and that's just about keeping it in our community. And I feel you when you say that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and higher, in our communities.
That's right.
All right, you've heard it, you guys. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back. We're going to be talking with Gregory Allen Barron about his foundation and how running a nonprofit business and some of his ups and downs that he's encountered. So stay tuned. All Things Town with Ming and JC. We'll be back.
All Things Town.